For over 4,000 years, the Great Pyramid of Giza has stood as one of humanity's greatest engineering marvels, taller than any building on Earth for nearly 4 millennia. But here's the question that's puzzled scientists, explorers, and dreamers for centuries. How did ancient Egyptians with no cranes, no iron tools, and no modern machines build something so massive, so precise, and so timeless? Today, we'll journey back to the sands of ancient Egypt to uncover the ingenious methods, human stories, and surprising science behind how the pyramids were really built. It all began with one powerful idea: eternity. To the Egyptians, life on Earth was only a part of the journey. Pharaohs, seen as living gods, wanted to ensure their souls could rise to the heavens and join the gods forever. So, around 2600 BC, Pharaoh Khufu ordered the construction of a tomb unlike any before it. A pyramid so grand it would touch the sky. But this was no simple monument. The Great Pyramid would weigh nearly 6 million tons, built from over 2.3 million limestone and granite blocks, some weighing as much as 80 tons. The big question: how could they possibly move and lift such enormous stones? For centuries, people imagined slaves being forced to build the pyramids, but modern archaeology paints a very different picture. Evidence from worker villages near Giza shows skilled laborers, not slaves, tens of thousands of craftsmen, engineers, farmers, and builders working with pride and purpose. They lived in organized communities, ate bread and meat, and drank beer daily. In fact, they were so well fed that their bones show signs of hard work, but not malnutrition. It seems the pyramids were built not by suffering, but by national unity and devotion to the pharaoh. Before a single stone was placed, mathematics and astronomy guided the design. Egyptian architects aligned the Great Pyramid almost perfectly with the four cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west, with a precision still unmatched today. How? They used the stars. Specifically, they tracked the rotation of stars around the North Pole to mark true north. Then came geometry. The pyramid's sides rose at a perfect 51.5-degree angle, forming the sacred triangle used in Egyptian architecture, a symbol of stability and perfection. Now, the hardest part, moving millions of stone blocks, some from quarries hundreds of kilometers away. For the limestone casing stones, workers used quarries right beside Giza, but the massive granite blocks inside the king's chamber came all the way from Aswan, over 800 kilometers south. They transported them via the Nile River. During the flood season, when the water rose high enough for boats to sail near the construction site, once on land, workers dragged the stones across the desert using wooden sledges. But here's the genius. Recent discoveries showed they poured water on the sand in front of the sledges. This reduced friction by half, allowing fewer men to pull even the heaviest blocks. It wasn't brute strength, it was smart engineering. How did they lift these blocks so high? That's where the ramp theories come in. There are three main possibilities. Straight ramp, a massive ramp built in front of the pyramid. But this would require more material than the pyramid itself, unlikely. Zigzag ramp, a ramp that wrapped around the pyramid as it rose. Efficient, but tricky for turning huge stones. Internal ramp, the most fascinating theory proposed by French architect Jean-Pierre Houdin, suggests an internal spiral ramp built inside the pyramid. Using 3D scans, researchers found strange voids that might match this hidden ramp, an ingenious solution allowing workers to haul stones upward within the pyramid's own structure. No matter the method, it took precise coordination, steady leadership, and thousands of workers pulling together in rhythm, stone by stone, day by day, for about 20 years. Once complete, the Great Pyramid wasn't rough like it looks today. It was covered in smooth white Tora limestone, polished to shine brilliantly in the desert sun, a blinding beacon visible for miles. At its very top sat a capstone, possibly made of gold, reflecting the light of Ra, the sun god. To the ancient Egyptians, it wasn't just a tomb, it was a stairway to the heavens. Today, the Great Pyramid still stands, a silent guardian of history, mystery, and human ingenuity. No alien tools, no lost magic, just the minds, hands, and hearts of a civilization determined to touch eternity. And as the sun sets over Giza, those ancient stones still whisper their story of vision, science, and a dream that has endured for over 4,500 years. Because when humanity dreams big, even the impossible can rise from the desert sand.